Well, hello and welcome back. My name is Kieran Siemens and this is the Inky World. This is where everything happens. All those juicy little art videos are here. So keep watching for more and follow if you haven't. Put the subscribe button. Go on, push it. Right, today is Day of the Kings. Day of the Kings. So we have got to have some mad fun doing the king. Some kind of king. So, let's get started. Let's do some drawing. Are you ready? This way. Well, hello and welcome back. I'm so excited about today. It's the Day of Kings. Someone mentioned on the comments. Might have been Cecile. Was it Cecile? If it was, thank you very much. I do love you guys letting me know about what's happening in the world, because, you know, outside of this room, well, I don't know what happens, you know. I never know what's going on out there. So, Day of the Kings. Day of the Kings. And I think it's also St. George's Day. How fantastic is that? So, I've already put down this big splash, which the camera had problem and it's already dried now. But that's even better, because that means that we can go ahead and just start doing some beautiful ink. And I've got this idea of a lovely big long crown just to get there. I haven't even thought about where it sits on his head yet. But that's okay. It's going to work out, man. That's what happens, isn't it? So, today, yeah, there's some beautiful stuff going on today. Some beautiful, beautiful stuff. Don't forget that there's the shop, so please go and have a look. Thank you for the people that bought cards and things yesterday. Do let me know. Do give me some feedback about what you guys would like, and what you did like, what you didn't like, so I can kind of fine tune it a little bit, because it's still kind of early stages. I'm still kind of learning all about this kind of shop type of stuff. I'm not an expert in shops by any stretch of the imagination, so your input is greatly appreciated. Right, back to the drawings. Pay attention. Right, so that's got to be right. So that's got to be his forehead, where his head is. Has to be, because that's where the crown is sitting. And I guess this red is his hair. Right. We need to give him a royal nose, don't we? Oh. A royal nose with no ink. Give it a little curve at the end, just to make it even more royal-like. So I got a lovely question there about what do these videos do for me? I'm not quite sure about the meaning behind the question. I mean, but it is a beautiful kind of question. It does make me think. What do these videos do for me? Well, you know, what these videos were meant to be, what they were originally planned to be, was for me to share my work. That was really the only thing. That, you know, I'm kind of doing thousands of drawings every day, and out of those thousands of drawings I might choose one or two that I like, and it all kind of, people always used to say, you know, what do you do with all these drawings? Well, some of them I don't like. Well, yeah, but what do you do with them? Well, I kind of, some of them go in books, and some of them, what's going on with this pen? Some of them go into book illustrations, and some of them blah 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 blah. And it seemed like it was kind of like a constant question about what do you do with them? And I thought, well, you know, I could share them. And that has really exploded into a beautiful way to almost document these scribbly moments. My scribbly moments. Oh my god, that's a horrible way of describing it. But I mean, it is. It's kind of like these are moments for me to just let the line work fly and just, you know, I love the fact that my drawings kind of, I don't know, they have this thing of it. It's like it's almost every day that something that I'm releasing almost, you know. It's like I'm releasing this kind of energy of some sort. And it's a beautiful thought. It's a beautiful, I don't know, it's kind of like if you could have a child every day, you know, and you would look at that child and say, well, what a beautiful child. Well, what a beautiful character. What a beautiful pose. What a beautiful hair. What beautiful... And there's so many beautiful elements into it. Maybe it's not your favorite of all the 6 billion children that you've had, but there's something beautiful about it. And that's kind of where I get with these drawings, you know. It's kind of like, I do kind of feel sometimes like I've done a drawing and I love it so much that I just don't know kind of why the rest of the world hasn't gone mad for it, or, you know, it's like it's one of those, I'm not in a kind of big-headed way, but, you know, why can't other people see the beauty so much? You know, it's like a lot of people see it as a drawing, and they kind of almost forget to look at each individual line or each individual... For example, like now, if I wanted to do a beard, right, I'd take my brush and I'd say, I want my king to have a beard. Okay, well, I want my beard to be like that or that. And I kind of beat it in. And as I'm beating it in, it makes this beautiful, gorgeous pattern. And almost in the same way that one little splash of beard could quite easily be its own piece of art. That's how gorgeous sometimes these lines are. And it just excites me sometimes, the way that each line has this beauty about it. That it has this own, you know, by just kind of scratching away there, it kind of gives it its own life. I love that. And it really, really does excite me a lot. And I do find like sometimes people look at everything as a finished drawing. And sometimes they kind of miss a lot of the... That's horrible pen. That is an absolute horrible pen. I don't know why you don't want to play with me. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. And I do find that sometimes these lines and these textures and these blobs of ink are sometimes a little bit underestimated and understood, you know. It's like, it's just, it's so difficult to explain, but like, so I do feel like I'm sharing more than just a drawing. I'm sharing this whole experience, this whole feeling. And that to me is something very, 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 very beautiful. Like this mustache is just like, just beautiful. I love it. And that's what the excitement is for me. You know, that a lot of times I was doing these drawings, and then, you know, people would never see them, and then when they did see them, they would only see the drawing. They would only see a picture. And I felt like all that all that energy and all that love and all that passion that I felt has been lost, you know? And I kind of feel like somehow these videos kind of are a little bit more of a fair understanding, if you want. It's a fairer understanding of what this drawing is to me. Like even the sound and the way I felt that line, for me, it says so much about the line, the passion that was in that line. And I feel like sometimes with the art, you're just looking at a drawing, you know, and it kind of, you know, it's the same way that why I kind of feel very sad. Sad? Yeah, okay, sad. Sad about this AI that's coming along. We're all so obsessed by what this computer or whatever can actually do. Well, I don't know. You know, it's kind of like, you know, those people that can kind of, I don't know, say a great song, you know, Paul Weller song, you know, The Changing Man or something like that. I could sit there and somebody could teach me how to play, you know, and I could work out like that's a G7 going into a B minor, blah 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 blah. I could play the song, you know. I could learn it. It would take me a bit of time, but yeah, you know, I mean, and some of those songs you sit there and you can play it, but part that's being missed here is, what about if I wrote that song? You know, you imagine how it must feel for these people. You know, even like the Beatles and other musicians that have got songs that go on. Neil Young. Anybody, a song goes on forever, you know. Old Man by Neil Young. You can play that. It's a really simple, you know, ding 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 ding. It's a very simple pattern, but that song's so gorgeous. And I feel like sometimes we've kind of forgotten that the whole pleasure was him writing that song, you know. Obviously we got secondary enjoyment here by us kind of listening to the song and hearing that song for the first time, you know. But, and I feel that's in some way about this process of art. It's the journey of doing that piece of art. It's the journey of all these little ideas and these little thoughts that you come up with. So, I guess in a way to answer that question, what I get from these videos is everything. You know, I get such an incredible, oh, there you go, I made a mistake. But it's part of the drawing. It's part of the process. And maybe later on when I look at it, it will be a beautiful part of it. The way the black and the red mingled in. Wasn't that, that's a beautiful little element. And I do find that's kind of, you know, with today's people, I feel like we're losing that part. And this whole idea of YouTube and stuff is quite an incredible thing about, you know, I saw part of the Beatles documentary where they were kind of playing music, and you know, they're all kind of sitting around. It's quite a fabulous. I mean, at the time it was probably meant nothing, but looking back at those guys all sitting around saying, "Hey, what did you do there with that D7, man?" Diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle. And they start, and then you going, "Hang on, that's Eleanor Rigby." They're writing Eleanor Rigby right this second. You just go, wow. That's the type of thing I mean. It's like, you know, I watch loads of Paul Weller. I'm a big Paul Weller fan. I think he's just amazing, to be honest. But the whole kind of, I think actually during lockdown, when we had the COVID problems and blah, 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 he did a few videos of him just kind of like sitting at home on the stairs. And he did a few kind of videos of him just playing the guitar and, you know, and singing a few songs. And it was like watching him making mistakes and just being relaxed and just chilling out. And it was beautiful. The way that he's just, it's not a performance. This is just about me sitting at home. And that's so gorgeous, you know. It's like, and that's how I kind of feel about these, what these drawings are. They've kind of documented my kind of sketches, which, you know, if I was to sketch this one at home, I might just think, it didn't really come out the way I wanted it. I wanted more of this, and I wanted that, and you know, the client would want this, and the customer would want blah, 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 you know? But at the moment, for me, it's just watching, you know, if I ever see one of my videos pop up, I always kind of just watch the first kind of beginning of it to see what kind of mood was I in. That pen is dead. That's 2 dead pens. This is not good. Let's try you, my friend. And I watched the first beginning of the video just to kind of see what type of mood I was in. You know, what was I talking about? And it floods back all that memories, all that excitement. Was just kind of bursting back, thinking, "Oh, I remember. Oh, that's the day that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember the." And it's. I love these videos. And I love the way that the videos are structured, because, you know, I could go back and watch. I reposted the cowboy cat. I reposted that the other day as a memory. It came up on Facebook, I think, and I reposted it, and I actually sat and watched it through, and it was so brilliant. And it captures, I don't know, it captures a moment in time. It's almost like a diary almost, because whatever I'm talking about at that time will not be what I'm talking about the next day, because I'm talking about, well, you know, today I burnt my toast and blah, 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 blah. Do you ever burn your toast? Blah, 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 blah. And that's a discussion about today. It's a discussion about how I felt that morning. And that's I find it's a beautiful, I might be talking about the ink. I might be talking about the hair on this king's arms. So these videos have actually become more than just making a drawing video. These have kind of become like a diary almost. It's like a visual progression of life, you know. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And each line, you know, I get so excited. The way that I can just drop these little thin light lines in, very, very gentle. I can just drop them in, and I'm not worried about how they feel and how they fall, because I kind of have confidence that because that one's different to that one, it's going to be even more beautiful. And that's what I believe, and that's why I follow my pen without any doubts. I just know that it's going to be working out right. I know that it's going to be what I'm looking for. And when I look back at that drawing, I hope I will get a spark of excitement from it. No, I don't make any money, was the other question. No, I don't. At the moment, I don't make any money at all. I make no money from YouTube at all. Nothing. I don't make money from TikTok, from Instagram, from YouTube, from Facebook, from nothing that I share my artwork. This is basically a free share. It's a free giveaway. I do not make any money at all. If somebody buys a postcard or a book, I will get a couple of pennies from that. But that is a beautiful extra that I wake up and I go, oh, I made £5 today. Woohoo! You know. But this is definitely not done for money. I can hand on heart say this is done for love. For sure. It is done for pure love. And I love these drawings. I love them so much. I don't even sell the originals. I don't. That's how much I love these drawings. And I know some people are saying, you're crazy, you could sell them and do this, you could do this. And well, you know, at the moment, I just draw them and I keep them. I can make prints from them and postcards and books and whatever, but I keep them. Aren't I selfish? And I love the way that I'm just thinking about a belt here, and I was just thinking, wouldn't it be cool if he had a big crown on his belt buckle as well, you know? So if you do want to support me in any way, go over onto the Etsy shop and buy a postcard. Simple as that. And if you really like something, I can put it onto a t-shirt for you, or... And if you don't want, and you just want to watch for free, that's very cool too. I would love a comment though, just to say, hey, I watched your video and I thought that's really cool. I've got a lot of people that write to me, and it's a pleasure. You know, at night I sit there and I watch through some of the comments that people write, and some of them are long and some of them are short, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience. And I love this whole channel. I love everything that it has become. Now, this is where I got into trouble last time for not drawing legs. So today I am deliberately... That's my cutoff. That is my leg. That is the base of my leg. So... my king. Is going to be wearing some little stumpy trousers. So yes, these videos mean a lot to me. They really do mean a lot to me. And even sometimes I watch, you know, when I'm kind of re-editing and stuff like that, I do watch through some of the old ones just to kind of see where I was and what I was feeling, and I do find that they have become a little bit like a radio show, if you want, because I talk so randomly that every single video is so different. Using my finger here to fill out the black belt. The finger is such a beautiful tool for drawing. And I love the whole part that there's no rules. It's like I can draw and talk about whatever I want, whenever I want. And that's a luxury, you know. With so many of these channels and things, you have to talk about a certain thing and talk about a certain way, and you can't say this and you can't say that. Well, on my channel, I can do and say whatever I wish, and that makes it special. So what do I get from these videos? A lot. I get a lot of new friends. I get a lot of learning about myself, which is also kind of cool. You know, by listening to yourself. Sometimes you're sitting and you're talking about things, as I do. Sometimes when you listen back and you listen to what you've said, sometimes you think, oh, I didn't realize you felt that way, Kieran. It's kind of funny, I know, but and sometimes I do release some kind of process of thinking, ways of thinking that I am going through, and some of the life problems that I'm going through. You know, this channel has become a great way to not think about money. You know, we're all having money problems, we're all struggling, and this is a beautiful way for me not to think of, right, I need to pay this bill, and I need to pay for this, and I need to get this, and I need to buy that, and I need to, you know, even the point of getting more ink and stuff like that, which is a constant expensive problem these days, you know. You know, £30 for a jug of ink, and I've finished the jug of ink in a couple of drawings, you know. But I love it, you know. I did write to some ink companies and said, hey, you wanna... But nobody was interested. I'm not famous enough. You know, famous enough. What is fame? I've done, you know, on the animation side, I'm definitely famous enough. I've done so many famous cartoons in my life. If you have a look on my website, you'll see thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of great cartoon shows, but they're looking at YouTube numbers and things like that. All this modern feelings, you know. How many people watched your YouTube last month? This. Okay. Like my video yesterday, I got like 20 something, 27 views or something. My video yesterday is like, I can't tell anybody I got 27 views. They'll laugh at me, you know. Whereas you see some people put up their drawing videos, they got thousands. I don't know how that works, but it doesn't bother me. It definitely doesn't bother me. 27 real people that enjoy my work is 27 pieces of gold in my mind. It's like, if you've got people that actually love your work and come back again and again, what more could you ever want? So no, I don't think of money. Money's important in a way that I need it to survive, but I don't need it to do artwork. As long as I have some ink and I have some paper, then I am a very, very, very lucky man. And that's how I feel. I feel like a lucky man. I feel like somebody who has been given a gift. And I love that gift so much. And I don't think, even when I'm very old, and I'm really hoping that I will still have this desire and passion to draw and to hopefully even to make these videos, you know. It's like, it's become such an important part of my day. And I love it so much. I can't explain how important you are. I've never met you, but you have become such an important part of my day. You have become something so important that I look forward as much probably to you guys looking at my videos as I do to the comments. I love reading through the comments and people saying this, or that, or what. I absolutely love it. And I think that is our drawing for today. On the day of the king, we have drawn a king. And he looks a sneaky little one, doesn't he? He is a sneaky little devil. And that, my friends, is today's drawing. And thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate every single one of you. I love your comments, so send me some comments. And tell me what you think about today's sneaky king. What country do you think he would be the king of? That'll get you on the point, won't it? Right, my beautiful people, thank you again. And I will see you very soon. Thank you.